good for like before I came out. So I could see. Thank you so much for coming. My name's Julie Schroeder, and I'm the director of Spectrum on Stage and Alice in Wonderland, and I'm so glad to have you here today. This is our first Spectrum summer camp that we've done, and these actors have been here every day for the last 2 weeks for 3 hours a day, which is a lot. And they have accomplished a lot in that time too. We have a really special type of theater program that we do, and it's called guided theater. And so you will see our theater guides on stage, and they are also cast members, and they'll be here as a support system and backstage for our actors to make sure that they just have a fabulous time and feel really successful. I'm so excited to be here. I promised them I wouldn't talk very long or they're going to boo me off the stage, I swear. So I just need to tell you one more thing, and that is to please turn off your cell phones and any cellular devices completely off. And no flash photography is allowed because it is dangerous to the actors. We don't allow that in any of our theaters. You can take non-flash photography, and videotaping is allowed. And that's usually not allowed in any other theaters. So that's it. Those are the only rules, except for have a really, really, really good time. Thanks for coming.
Let me see what this kind of funny can be. And where did he go? He was just here. Falling down, falling down. Will he ever stop? I did.
She found herself in a hall with doors all around, but they were all locked. Suddenly she came upon a table with nothing on it but a tiny golden key. But it would open none of the doors. Then she saw a little door about 15 inches high that she hadn't noticed before.
It fits. Oh, what a lovely garden. Oh, how I wish it could shut up like a telescope. I could if I only knew where to begin. Drink me. No, I'll look first and see whether it's marked poison or not. What a curious feeling. I must be shutting up like a telescope. I hope I don't go out of the gun like a candle. Now I can get into the little garden. Oh no, I left the cap on the table. Crying like that. Eat me. Well, I'll eat it. And if it makes me grow larger, I can reach the key. And if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. So either way and get into the little garden. Curiouser and curiouser. Now I'm opening out like the largest telescope that ever was. girl like you to go on crying like that. Stop this moment, I tell you. I wish I hadn't cried so much. I shall be punished for it now, I suppose, by being drowned my own tears. So it would be an odd thing to be sure. However, everything is odd today. Oh, ma'am, do you know a way out of this pool? I'm very tired of swimming about. Except for and English. I dare say it's a French map. Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought you got didn't like cats. Come back. Don't you leave me, well, perhaps not. I wish to show you Cat Dinah. I think it's a fancy cat, or if only you could see her. She's such a dear, quiet thing, and she sits so nicely by the fire, licking her paws and washing her face, and she's a great one for catching mice. Oh, I beg your pardon, we won't talk about her anymore. You'd rather not. Sir, I've trained so many times since this morning. You see, I'm afraid I can't explain myself, sir. I'm not myself, you know. Well, I can't put her in more clearly, for it's not clear to me. Well, don't you think you have to tell me who you are first?
Why?
Oh dear, everything is so confusing. Well, it is to me.
Why?
Well, I can't remember things as I used to, and...
Right. You're old, but
What? Yes. You're old, Father William, the young man cried, and life must be hastening away. You're cheerful and love to convert upon death.
what? Oh,
Father Williams,
why?
the young man said. And your hair? And your hair has become white?
Why?
And yet you insistently stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, I feared it might injure my brain, but now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turn a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that? In my youth, I kept my limbs very supple with the use of this ointment, 1 shilling a box. Allow me to sell you a couple? You are old, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finish the goose with the bones and the feet. Pray, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife. And the muscular strength with it gave my jaw lasted the rest of my life.
I can.
Mark?
Well, if you ask me,
I have something important to say.
I wonder what he wants now. Well, is that all? Well, it's precisely this. I should like to be a little larger.
Why?
Well, after all, 3 inches is such a wretched height.
I am exactly.
Well, I'm not used to it, and you needn't shout.
By the way, I have a few helpful
How for
good. One side
one side,
will make you grow
one
taller, and the other, say, and the other,
One side of what?
need to grow
small.
good.
The other side of what?
That motion.
There, that's much better.
There's no sort of use knocking, and that's for 2 reasons. One, because I am on the same side of the door as you are. And second, because they're making such a noise inside that no one could possibly hear you.
Please then, how am I to get in?
Are you to get in at all? That is the first question, you know.
It's very dreadful for how all the creatures argue. It's enough to drive them crazy.
I shall stay here on and on for days and days.
But what am I to do?
Anything you like.
Well, there's no use talking to him.
House guest, milady.
There's certainly too much pepper in it, too. Please, would you tell me why a cat grins like that?
It's a Cheshire cat, and that's why. Pig!
I didn't know Cheshire cats always grin. In fact, I didn't know cats could grin.
They all can, and most of them do.
I didn't know any that too.
You don't know much, and that's a fact. Pig! Speak roughly to your little boy and bop him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases.
Well.
I speak severely to my boy. I bop him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases.
Well.
Here, do you want to hold him? I must go get ready to play croquet with the queen.
Don't run. That's not on proper. Perhaps you will be sobbing. Look, if you're going to turn into a pig, I have nothing to do with you.
If you think we're waxworks you ought to pay, no. Wax was weren't meant to be looked at for nothing. No how.
Cherry Wise, if you think we're alive, you ought to speak.
I'm sure I'm very sorry.
Well, I know what you're saying, Nora, and it isn't. No how.
Cherry Wise, if it was so, it might be. It isn't. It ain't. That's logic.
I was thinking which one leads out of this wood. It's getting so dark and would you tell me, please?
You've begun wrong. The first thing to do is to say, how do you do, and shake hands. How do you do? How do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
How do you do?
Glad to meet you.
How
How
do
do
you
you
do?
do? How do you do? How do you do? Here we go round the mulberry tree, the mulberry tree, the mulberry tree. Here we go round the mulberry tree on a frosty morning.
I hope you're not too tired.
No, Val. I thank you very much for asking.
Very much obliged. Do you like poetry?
Yeah, some poetry. But I was wondering which road leads out of the wood.
I'll try to recite for her.
The walrus and the carpenter.
The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all his might. He did his very best to make a bill smooth and bright. And this was all because it was the middle of the night.
The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand. The beach was wide from side to side, but much too full of sand.
Mr. Walrus,
Said the carpenter.
my brain begins to hurt. We'll sweep this clean in half a year if you don't mind the work. Work? The time has come
The walrus said.
to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. Callooh, Calais, no work today, we're cabbages and kings. Oh, oysters, come and walk with us. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk would be a sheer delight. If we get hungry on the way, we'll stop to have a bite.
But Mother Oyster winked her eye and shook her heavy head. She knew too well that was her time to leave her oyster bed.
The sea is nice. Take my advice and stay right here.
Yes, of course. But the time has come, my little friends, to talk of other things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot, and whether pigs have wings. Callooh, Calais, come run away, where there are cabbages and kings. Well, now, let me see. A loaf of bread is what we chiefly need. Now, if you're ready, oysters dear, we can begin the feed. The time has come to talk of food, and my little friends, to talk of food and things. Of parsley, sage, and mustard seed, and other seasonings. We'll put them all together in a sauce that's fit for kings. Callooh, Calais, we'll run away, we'll eat today like cabbages and kings. I weep for you. I deeply sympathize. For I've enjoyed your company much more than you realize. Little oysters! Little oysters!
But answer there came none, and this was scarcely odd because they'd been eaten, every one.
The time has come.
We're cabbages and kings. The end.
I must say, that was a very sad story. It was nice meeting you, and now let's be off.
Nice meeting you. Goodbye. No how.
Cherry Wise.
Oh, honey Bob. Oh, no. No.
It actually is intermission. I promise you it's intermission.
It was brewing in the sluggy toast, a garden gimble in the way. And that's where the porter goes. And the moms drive that way. Do something?
Oh no, I mean, I'm just wondering. Oh no, I mean, I'm just wondering.
Second verse. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jubjub bird, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time in the maidstone bow he sought. So rested he by a tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as another thought he stood, the jabberwock with eyes of flame came lifting through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went the welcome back. And hast thou slain the jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, grab you say, Kaloo-kalay. He chortled in his joy.
I just want to ask you.
Last verse. 'Twas Billig and the slimy toes, they guard and gimble in the way. And all busy where the bottle goes, and the monk's lives out gray.
I just want to ask you which way I ought to go.
That depends on where you want to get to.
Oh, really, it doesn't matter. As long as
Then it really doesn't matter which way you go. Oh, by the way, if you'd really like to know, he went that way.
Who did?
The white rabbit.
He did?
He did what?
Went that way.
Who did?
White rabbit.
What rabbit?
But didn't you just say, I mean, oh,
However, if I was looking for a white rabbit, I'd ask the Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter? No, that won't do.
Or the March Hare, he went that direction.
What's this guy? He's so busy.
Of course, he's mad too.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. Most everyone's mad here. You may have noticed I'm not all there myself.
Goodness.
Very merry and birthday to me.
To who?
To me.
Oh,
yes, very merry and
the
birthday
honey.
to you.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Only because today has been another cup of tea. A very merry and birthday to you. No vacancy, no room at all whatsoever, no room.
I thought there was plenty of room.
But it's very rude to sit down without being invited.
I'll say it's rude. It's very, very rude indeed. Huh?
Very, very rude indeed.
Oh, that was...
I'm sorry, but I did enjoy your singing.
You enjoyed our singing?
Oh, what a delightful child! I'm so excited. We never get any compliments. You must have a cup of tea.
Ah, yes, indeed, the tea. You must have a cup of tea.
Thank you. That will be very nice. I'm sorry I said your birthday party.
Birthday? No. My dear child, this is not a birthday party.
Of course not. This is an on-birthday party.
On birthday party? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand.
Well, it's very quite simple. Now, 30 days, no, an on-birthday. Yeah, an on-birthday. She doesn't seem to know what an on-birthday is.
How silly. Now, statistics prove that you've one birthday.
Imagine, just one birthday every year.
But there are
Honey, keepers,
364
midnight snow.
on birthday.
Precisely why we're gathered here to cheer.
Well, today's my birthday too.
It is.
What a small world this is.
In that case,
A very merry birthday
Aha!
Me?
to you. A very merry birthday
Aha!
for you.
The honey.
Now blow the candle out, my dear, and make your wish come true. A very merry birthday to you.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder where you're at. Up above the world so high, like a tea tray in the sky.
shush.
A very merry birthday to you.
Wait, I'm looking for someone. Have you seen?
It's
Time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late, I'm late, I'm late.
Oh, Mr. Rabbit!
Oh, look out, Three. Don't go splashing paint all over me
I couldn't help it. The ace jogged my elbow.
That's right, we go lay the blame on others.
Oh, you better not talk. I heard the queen say to me yesterday, you deserve to be beheaded.
What for?
That is none of your business, too.
Yes, it is, and I will tell him. Only yesterday, she delivered tulip roots instead of onions to the cook.
I'm sorry. Excuse me, Mr. Three. Why are you painting the roses red?
Well, you see, miss, we accidentally planted the white roses by mistake. So now, the queen, she likes them red, and so she sternly said, she'd raise a fuss and each of us would quickly lose her head. And since this is the part we dread, we're painting the roses red.
Oh dear, then let me help.
Yes.
Count off.
Ace!
2, 3, 5.
6.
7, 8, 9, 10.
You all right?
Who's been painting my roses red? Who's been painting my roses red?
Your Majesty, it's all his fault.
You?
Not me, the ace.
You?
No. The two.
Off with their heads!
They're going to lose their heads. For being the roses red. It's really right.
Silence!
Please, they're not trying to.
And what is this?
Well, let me see. Certainly as in a heart. You're supposed to use a club.
Why, it's a little girl. Yes. And I was hoping.
Look up! Speak nicely, and don't twiddle your fingers. Turn out your toes, and curtsy. And always say, yes, Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Now, where are you going, and where did you come from?
I'm trying to find my way home.
Your way, it's always my way.
Yes, I know. But I was thinking.
Curtsy while you're thinking. It saves time.
Yes, Your Majesty. But I was only going to offer.
I'll ask the questions around here. Now, do you like to play croquet?
But yes, Your Majesty.
Very well. Let the games begin. Places. You! Up with his head! Your turn, my dear. Very well then, let's quit the... Oh, we do have a ball now. Your turn.
How do you like the queen?
Not at all. She seems so extremely like the wind. It's hardly worth finishing the game.
Make her row, man, shall we?
No!
Someone's head will roll for this. You! Off with your head!
Oh, my dear, can we have a trial first?
A trial?
Just a little trial.
Very well then, let the trial begin.
Buzz, buzz,
Buzz,
buzz,
buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz,
Yes, Your Majesty. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away.
Oh, what a shocking day! The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts and took them quite away!
No, no, no!
Consider your verdict. Not yet, Your Majesty, there's more to come.
Then call the first witness.
Call the first witness!
The first witness will be the Mad Hatter.
Call the Mad Hatter!
I beg pardon, Your Majesty, for bringing this with me, for I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was summoned for.
Take off your hat.
It isn't mine.
Still?
Oh no, I've none of my own. I'm a hatter. I sell hats. Would you like to buy one?
Certainly not. Give your evidence and I'll have you executed on the spot.
Well, the dormouse said. You did.
I deny it.
He denies it.
He denies it.
So, what did the dormouse say?
I can't remember.
If that's all you know about it, please sit down.
Sit down, sit down. We've heard your evidence. It's very clear, I fear, that you're not making any sense. Sit down, sit down. We've heard your evidence. It's very clear, I fear, that you're not making any sense.
I'd rather finish my tea anyway!
Sit down.
Call the next witness.
Go next witness.
The next witness will be the Duchess.
Buzz, buzz,
Buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz.
Silence in the court!
Silence in the court.
Give us your report.
Well, the moral is
Never mind the moral. What are tarts made of?
pepper mostly.
What? You say molasses? Stand up. Molasses.
Pepper.
Molasses?
Pepper.
Molasses!
Pepper.
Molasses!
Pepper.
Down.
Molasses.
Pepper.
Nope.
Next witness.
Next witness will be Alice.
Buzz, buzz,
Buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz, buzz.
Silence in the court!
Silence in the court.
Give us your report.
What do you know about all this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever.
Nothing whatever.
That's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Oh, unimportant. Of course. Important, unimportant, important, unimportant.
Important, unimportant. Important, unimportant.
Ah, here it is. Rule number 42. All persons unimportant are to leave the court at once.
But I am important. That's not a rule. You just invented it.
It's the oldest rule in the book.
That ought to be number one.
If that's all you know about it, sit down.
Sit down, sit down. We've heard your evidence. It's very clear, I fear, that you're not making any sense. Sit down, sit down. We've heard your evidence. It's very clear, I fear, that you're not making any sense.
But I am important.
Sit down.
Consider your verdict.
No. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. Sentence first, verdict afterwards.
No, stop it nonsense. The idea of having the sentence first.
Hold your tongue.
I won't.
I warned you. If I see you sneer,
Off with your head!